Jantar Montar usually echoes with standard political slogans, but recently it sounded more like a comedy club. Protesters were captured mocking the heavy police presence, sarcastically asking for more tear gas, or joking that high-level politicians were staying home due to mood swings. This energy centered around the Cockroach Jantakari, a satirical group formed to lead the movement. They bypassed the tired hey hey chants of the past, opting instead for a performance that felt native to the internet. Thousands of students occupied the streets, carrying banners that linked the humor to specific grievances, like the recent wave of exam paper leaks. Using absurdity allowed the message to travel. It manipulated social media algorithms to boost the protest to a national audience, while circumventing traditional media gatekeepers. While the general public was entertained, political strategists saw a different picture. It is difficult to run a standard smear campaign against youth who have already labeled themselves as cockroaches. This style of sarcasm broke the established rules of crisis management, making any aggressive pushback from the state appear fragile. The jokes were a deliberate way to force the establishment to acknowledge a movement they couldn't easily silence. The CJP quickly began moving from viral clips to a more formal structure under organizers like Abhijit Dipke. They've scheduled a nationwide Ka-Bolti public tour for September, aimed at conducting large-scale community consultations. Rather than contesting seats, they intend to function as a pressure group, demanding a role in the policy decisions that affect them. This chart shows the demographic reality driving the movement. 65% of India's population is currently under 35. When mapped against the economy, the friction becomes clear. We see a direct correlation between high youth unemployment and rising tuition costs at private universities. The movement's leadership has stated that if the government continues to ignore this group, the next step is a total shutdown of the streets. They are leveraging their sheer numbers to demand that the youth demographic is no longer sidelined during the legislative process. The influence of the Delhi protests is already connecting with student struggles in other regions. In Jharkhand, students have been holding their own rallies, targeting corruption within state exam boards like the JPSC and JSSC. The CJP is sending delegations to these sites, attempting to merge regional issues into a single, unified national voice. They have also recruited veteran activists like Sonam Wangchuk to serve as mentors. This pairing of digital native tactics with established activist experience signals a move toward a more permanent organizational structure. The physical reality on the pavement eventually deviated from the light-hearted energy seen on social media. Observers like Nitish Rajput noted a significant gap between the students' peaceful tactics and the severity of the police response. In many instances, the interaction turned violent. Unarmed students faced lathi charges while being surrounded by police batons. The sarcasm of the earlier protests was met with the reality of actual tear gas, turning city streets into corridors of thick smoke. There were reports of severe injuries, including broken limbs, and allegations of police mistreatment toward female protesters. Behind the viral moments, many of these students left the streets with significant physical and psychological trauma. Eventually, the hashtags will stop trending, and the viral clips will fade into the background of the internet. But the experience of state violence leaves a lasting impression on the students involved, regardless of how quickly the public moves on. These students took to the steps to ask for affordable education and job security. The result was a generation of idealistic youth finding themselves at odds with the very institutions meant to provide them with a future. India's youth have developed a new way to be heard. If the establishment continues to answer this new language with force, the cycle of unrest will only become more frequent.